What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, this video is mainly about, I don't know. It's really about this PS Portal, which is hilarious to me. So, all of the ponies and all the donkey unicorns are sitting up here capping for this thing, right? It's a tablet with a dual sense connected to it, right? And so IGN gave the review of IGN of the PC port, the PS Portal PC port. PS Portal was an 8 out of 10, right? Now, I'm no dummy. I'm also no genius, but I do know that, let's say, the ROG Ally or the Steam Deck or the Lenovo Legion, they are all superior hardware compared to the PS Portal, mainly because they're standalone. You can go outside and play stuff natively on this device, which the PS Portal cannot do. So how does the Steam Deck get a 7? I think it got a 7. Maybe it got a 4. Who knows? Let's just say 7. How does the Steam Deck get a 7 and the PS Portal get an 8? Now it's the Steam Deck tax, I guess, right? Or it's the exemption, the PlayStation exemption. Let's call it that, because they just get extra points out of nowhere, right? I don't get it. I mean, I get it, but I don't see how this keeps happening. Like how does, okay, I'm at a loss for words, because ultimately I know what the answer is, and it sounds like I'm just a fanboy, or I'm vitriolic, or I'm hating, or whatever. But look, let's look at the facts. Let's look at the obviousness of the situation, right? IGN has to have some skin in the game when it comes to PlayStation. I don't know if PlayStation is giving them money under the table. I don't know if it's just the fact that PlayStation has a bigger install base, so they want to capitalize on the most users, basically, and to cater more to the bigger audience, which that's what probably is. And so I'm like, how? And the thing is I'm looking at Twitter, I'm looking at YouTube, and I'm seeing all of these different YouTube and content creators saying the same thing that I'm saying. And it's that, IGN is corrupt, the Game Awards is corrupt, all these things that are pro PlayStation. Now, you can be pro PlayStation, but you have to be fair when it comes to all of the people, the players in this industry. And if you're not, you're going to be called out on it. If you're not IGN, of course, or PC Magazine or whatever, PC, I don't even know. I don't care at this point. Eurogamer, who knows? But I'm just saying that it is too apparent that the bias is real, the tax is real, and the only thing that's going to make it change or alter its course is basically the tides have to change, the user bases have to change, the industry leader has to change. When Microsoft becomes greater than Sony in the industry as far as users and, I guess you can say sales, but honestly, that's not it. We already have established that the metric is not console units, because Fortnite they didn't sell any consoles. You know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest game. That's one of the biggest games. Call of Duty didn't sell any consoles. It's the biggest game. So now that Xbox owns Call of Duty, and that's what's happening, actually. You see all these fanboys, these ponies, these donkey unicorns, they're hurt by that one switch, that one purchase, that one factor that is changing and altering the future of video games. And with that, I guess you can call it power or influence, right? You can say, well, in the wrong hands, it would be disastrous for video games. If Sony owned Call of Duty would be exclusive to PlayStation. Let's not like, try to fudge the waters or whatever. This is the facts, okay? They could try to say, oh no, it's gonna be kind of. The only reason why Destiny 2 and Marathon are not exclusive is because Bungie put it in their contract and said, nope, it's going to be exclusive. Nope, we're not doing that. And Sony agreed to it. I mean, was that a mistake? Probably. But who knows? But anyway, the main thing is, you know, and it's building on this whole tax, this whole Xbox tax kind of narrative or notion. And you look at Steam. I mean, look at the Steam machine. Wow. You look at the Steam Deck, and this is the first version of the Steam Deck. Now the Steam Deck OLED is about to come out. If that gets a 7, then there's something wrong. If that doesn't get better than the 8, then there's something wrong, right? So I mean, I don't even know if they're gonna review it. They're probably gonna be scared to, because they don't want to look whatever. They don't want to make another little handheld, which is, I mean, it's totally different than the PS Portal, but they don't want to make anything that's closely comparable to the PS Portal be better than it, because they don't want to make Sony mad or something. This is the main issue with IGN. Is the main issue with I guess the console wars, if you will. And I don't foresee anything happening differently at IGN unless the CEOs over there kind of changed. You have to have the right leadership in order to change direction, in order to influence positive direction, let's just say. Now, I think that their bottom line is of course the most important thing, and they're basically a magazine for all intents and purposes. I mean, they do guides and all that stuff, and maybe they get more views on guides. But you know, as a business, they've been trying to branch out. I think they bought GameFly or something, so they have that. I think they bought Humble Bundle as well, so they have that. But I don't know how much. I don't know how much of those ancillary or additional purchases and entities that they have acquired are giving or boosting the IGN proper up. You know, how much percentage is Humble Bundle? How much percentage is GameFly giving them as far as money, profitability? You know, they're probably getting all their money from ads and or donations from, let's just say, I don't know, Sony maybe. I don't know. I haven't been on IGN's website in a long time. So maybe, do you see a lot of Sony ads on there? Maybe. I don't know. You know, that's something you should think about, look into. But it's frustrating, but it's not that serious, because let's be real, it's video games, right? As long as the games are coming out, and as long as there are players in the game, in the industry, that aren't all like Sony, you know, like some creators that aren't owned by a corporation that's kind of ruthless and just cares about the money, because all creators are kind of equal. They all these devs, they want to make the best game as possible. That's what it is, right? So we can't look at, oh, you're a bad dev, or you're a good dev, or you're blah blah blah, you're a shill dev, or no. The devs want to make the best game. Who is the publisher? Who's owning them? And what are their motives? You know, Activision, they were a little shady on the Kodak. He's still there, but you know, he's gonna be gone in a month. And so we'll see how Xbox handles that. And you know, it's a shame that Sony was under Jim Ryan for so long, because Jim Ryan wasn't the answer. He led PlayStation astray, and now they're in trouble. And so we have to look at what is the next step. What are they going to do to make it better for the players? Not for their shareholders, not for their pocketbooks, but for the players. And, you know, I don't know if that's going to happen. That's where I am always kind of, well, right now anyway, as it stands, how I am kind of more gloom and doom about PlayStation's future than anything else, because they are literally telegraphing and telling us straight away, this is what we want to do. Now, the PS Portal was a step in the right direction as far as player engagement, but it's a horrible product. I mean, I just saw Rich at Review Tech USA, and he had a few words about it, And he's like, this is a piece of hot trash. And then even the IGN, see the guy who, I don't know what his name was, but I saw the video where he reviewed the IGN, the PS Portal, right? And he's saying there's no browser. So if you go to Dunkin' Donuts or something, you can't handshake with their Wi-Fi connection. So you can't even play this outside unless you have like some, home network stuff. And then there was like a workaround if you have a mobile modem or something, and some of it, I was like, okay, y'all are crazy. And they still gave it an 8 out of 10. Look, I don't. It's shameful at this point that IGN is just, they don't care. They're shameless in their buffoonery. They're shameless in their I was gonna say skullduggery, but I actually don't know what that means totally. So we'll see how Sony tries to navigate the rough waters, the rapids coming up on them. I'm looking at Xbox and I'm like, I just hope that they don't get cocky and start getting lazy like Sony has. That would be a bad thing. And I'm gonna hold Sarah Bond's feet to the fire and Matt Booty. Phil Spencer pretty much knows what's up, but all three of them, I'm going to say, hold their feet to the fire to make sure that they stay on track and they stay true to what they started. Not because they were behind, but because, it's, you got to do right by your constituency. You got to do right by your fans. You got to do right by the people you trying to get the money from. I hate to say it like that, but that's what it is. And if you make us happy, the consumers, then you know what? It's all good. Just don't do nothing foolish. But anyway, I appreciate y'all coming out, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass, like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what y'all think about the Steam Deck getting a 7 versus the PS Portal getting a 8. Yeah, it's the Steam tax, it's the Xbox tax, it's the PlayStation credit. Is the PlayStation exemption. Whatever. But yeah, I holla at y'all again next time. Preach. And to the way.